If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what's something you shouldn't say in your sales process and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. Okay, I'm going to give you some counterintuitive sales advice that in the beginning, when you listen to it, you may go, I'm kind of concerned, and that's okay, because once I'm done, it'll be a complete understanding of why you can use this. So there's going to be a point, there's going to be a time where you go out and you meet with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, and you're walking right through the door and they're going to say, do I need a new one? And the answer really comes down to three things. Maybe, no, and let's talk about it. And so most people are going to trip up on this and their brain's going to tell them, jump into yes mode. When all realities, a good consultant, a good salesperson is going to ask some questions first. Let me find out your needs. I don't know, let's take a look. I promise you this, from the amount of sales calls that I've ran and from the amount of ride-alongs that I've done, this is a trap. So cue the General Akbar, it's a trap. Anytime that you're asked from the beginning, walking through the door, should I get a new one? The answer is, I don't know. Let's see if we can make this system last longer. Because when you say, yes, you need a new one, they're gonna go, I knew it, right? So I will share this with you, that anytime I've ever worked with technicians, I have a general rule that if you come to somebody that I've trained and somebody that I've worked with, and you ask them, do I need a new one? That technician will probably say, I don't know. We're still in investigation mode. We're still looking at things. That's got to be up to you at least 7 times. At least 7 times. And there's a couple reasons for this. One, you're doing the right thing for the buyer. You're doing the right thing for the client. Okay. Does this always net in a sale? No, it doesn't, because sometimes things need to be fixed. Sometimes at the end of the day, it doesn't need to be done. So here's what happens. You meet with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, and they say, do I need a new one? You say, no, I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's do some investigation. And they say, okay. Then they're going to come back to you. Do I need a new one? Your answer is, I don't know. That's up to you. That's your decision. Let's take a look. Let's figure out what's going on. At some point, they're going to get to you and they're going to go, hey, listen, I really need some advice here. What do I do? At that point, you could probably say it may be better to look at other options. Okay. And the reason I say this is if they're sitting there and they're waiting and saying, hey, do I need a new one? And they're checking you and you say you need one, they're going to say you're just like every other salesperson. This is one of the reasons why you have to have service in your heart. You have to believe that you're doing the right thing for your client or for your buyer, right? Put them first. And this right here is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So there's plenty of people in this industry that'll tell you when somebody says, do I need a new one? The answer is yes. In all realities, how do you know? Get in the attic, take a look at the system, take a look at the ductwork, go into the closet, take a look at the system, take a look at the ductwork, go into the basement, take a look at the system, take a look at the ductwork, go up on the roof, wherever that unit is. Go on the outside of the house, look at the heat pump, look at the air conditioner. Right? Do a full investigation. You have time set aside. Your company probably gives you 60 to 90 minutes, maybe up to 3 hours. Why are you running in and saying, oh, this is going to be an easy sell? When in all realities, it's a trap. You want to know what not to say in a sales process? You need a new one. Because here's the thing. We all have an angel and a devil on our shoulder. And if you tell somebody what to do, the angel goes, don't do it. And the devil says, don't do it. Right? You're up against a lot. Now, let's say that you build trust, which you absolutely should do. Give the person the right response. Don't just sell something to sell something. Sometimes a repair is the right thing to do. Sometimes nothing's the right thing to do. Sometimes a system's the right thing to do. I get it. When times are tough, people are like, you got to make a sell on every call that you go on. There's a point where you got to say, like, I got to make an ethical decision. I got to do the right thing for my buyer and my client. I'm going to do the right thing for my buyer and my client. I'm going to stand by that. I'm not going to ever check my morals at the door just to make a sale. Make sure that you are doing the right thing. Like sometimes people hear me go, hey, Scott, but you teach people how to sell. Yeah, I teach people how to sell ethically. Like that's important to me. It's really easy to try to cheat people. It's really easy to try to steal from people, and you should not. Do not do that. You'll get shortcut in the industry. You'll get burned out. It's not a good thing for you to do. Somebody comes to you and says, do I need a new one? Let's take a look. Let's investigate. Let's check this out. I don't know. Haven't done my investigation. It's really got to be up to you. I don't live here. It's not my money. It's not my budget. Like really, like 7 times. And then the person's going to say, listen, I trust you enough. Give me the real response. And about 50% of the time, you could probably tell them and be okay. I know that people are going to say, hey, Scott, I could probably do it after 2 or 3. What's it going to hurt? Test it. Find out what happens. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.